been a hectic year for this man. Frustrating, jubilant, terrible, hopeful, and now, I would imagine, focused. He's won and lost the British Cruiserweight title, waited for fights, trained for fights, and had a good few setbacks, to say the least. Well, on Saturday at York Hall, he returns to the scene of his highs and his lows in a cracking fight against Tony Conquest. A fight that has been talked about for a long time, and it's also a fight that, well, for about 4 or 5 weeks, I didn't really think would happen. It seems sort of like too good, really. It's a delight to welcome back to the show. Now, obviously, this is recorded earlier, and the man was listening to his radio and eating his scrambled eggs, which is quite a talent. I didn't want him to stop eating, but I did tell him to turn his radio down. It's a delight and a pleasure to welcome back to the show Leon Williams. Leon, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm really good, apart from you disturbing my little meal. Yeah,
I'm sorry about that, but this was the only segment, a bit of time I had. But you just carry on eating. It's no problem. It's absolutely no problem. Leon, it's fair to say it's been a crazy 8 or 9 or 10 months for you, hasn't it, really?
Yeah, it's called life.
Yeah, I suppose it is called life.
Yeah.
Highs and then lows in equal measure. But do you feel, now that you've got the Conquest fight as good as done and dusted, that you can soon be back on track?
Yeah, definitely. You know, we've put the work in. We're in position now to climb back up the ladder. So we've dusted ourselves off and we're good to go again.
And that ladder, it's quite short, really, that ladder in some ways, isn't it? You know, I think there's about 4 or 5 cruiserweights. Don't know what you think. Maybe you could tell me. There's 4 or 5 cruiserweights who are 1 win away from getting a crack at the title, which, of course, is vacant at the moment.
Yeah. That's all down to who's with a big promoter to get them in that position, really.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, I think you would have been in with a shot. You know, had McPhilbin and Enzo thought again, in theory, you could have been in with a shot. Maybe the Eliminator with Conquest could have been on that bill. You know, in all fairness, there's a couple of people that are waiting. In fact, Herbie Hyde's now entered the fray again.
Yeah, I read that, yeah. Everyone wants that belt.
Everyone wants that belt, and also I think it's because I think everyone's desperate to prove they are the best.
Yeah.
I mean, you beat the champion. It was hard to dislodge, and then lost. You know, you won a fight that a lot of people thought was going to be a really hard fight. It turned out to be a frustrating fight, and then you managed to lose a fight that most people thought you would win. You couldn't write that script, could you?
No. I done what I done, dominated him, just didn't finish him, which I got told off for.
Yeah.
And I got caught in the last round. You know, he was a better man for that. He stayed in there, caught me.
I mean, this is the McPhilbin fight at York Hall, where it looked like, this is back in January, where you had him down and out in the first. He said he didn't know where he was till about round 4. You were still leading. You dropped him again later on in the fight, about around whatever 6 or 7, which was a knockdown as far as I'm concerned. I think he insists it was a sort of slip, or you know, he just touched down. I think it was in the 6th, and then suddenly, midway through the 11th, when I thought you were 2 or 3 rounds clear, you seemed to tire. When you went back at the end of the 11th and you sat down, were you concerned then? Were you worried?
No, I wasn't tired at all. I just got told off like I ain't gonna swear, but I was told he shouldn't be in the fight with me at this later stage.
Yeah.
So I got told off for that, and then I went to go out there and finish him. Went out there with supreme confidence to try and finish him, but I got caught with a shot at the back of the head.
Yeah.
Whether it did or not, went down dizzy, couldn't recover from that. And I lost the fight, that's history.
But in all fairness, Leon, that was at that time only your 13th fight, so you may have sort of been around, certainly on the amateur scene, then on the pro scene for a few years, but really in boxing terms, certainly in cruiserweight terms, you're a relative baby, in that sense. So that making that mistake in that last round is understandable.
Yeah. A baby that can punch.
Yeah, but hey, listen, that's why we like it. I mean, that's in all fairness why you were a fresh air. Now, what about Tony Conquest? You sparred with him, you know him. He's not in the same gym anymore, though, is he?
No, different gym.
Will that be difficult? Have you thought a guy that you've been around before? A guy that you've known in the past.
It was quite funny actually. I had to check weight the other day, and Tony walked in the gym. I was a shock. Had a little chat, hugging that, and then, but obviously we've got to get down to business. It's a fight.
Yeah.
It's not friendship, it's business, If I lose, then I'm going to drop further down the ladder, so losing ain't an option, it's a fight.
Yeah, losing is not an option. As you say, it's a fight, and I know Tony with his 8 fights, no defeats. He'll be thinking the same thing. I actually think that with the 5 or 6 of you at cruiserweight, you know, McPhilbin, yourself, Askins, who obviously lost, and Dickinson. I don't think defeats for any of you are the end of the world, because you can all go back into a recycle. I understand your point. If you win, you've got a valid shot at that vacant title, a valid claim at that vacant title. Well, listen, Leon, enjoy yourself on Saturday night.
Yeah. Enjoy
yourself on Saturday night. Don't make any mistakes again. Don't think it's in the bag and go out like Rocky in the last round this time.
I'm not Rocky.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Listen, Leon, thanks very much for your time. I'll speak to you soon.
Wicked. Take it easy.